This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. If there had been a real emergency, you would have heard it on your radio. Oh, wait, you don't have your radio turned on. Perhaps you would have had your TV turned on and you would have heard the emergency broadcast on the TV, but you didn't have your TV turned on either. YouTube, Hulu, and all them other people, they not did the emergency broadcast system. So when the apocalypse starts, we're all going to miss it. Y'all didn't know that, did you? We're just going to miss out on it altogether because we're going to be like, look, that guy's building a fort. But meanwhile, over there in them third world countries where they still watch TV and got radio and stuff, they'll be like, beep, beep, beep. There is an asteroid fixing to kill all of the dinosaurs. Hey, Riley, Carol, Anonymous American, and Ted. What's up? I was just talking silly stuff because I didn't figure anybody'd be in here. Nobody ever shows up for like 2 or 3 minutes. How's things going? And the world's really not ending. I was just made all that stuff up. I think been catching up on my reruns of Les Stroud Survivor Bad. So I feel better now. I'm like not the only person that has absolutely nothing to do on Friday nights. Or Saturday morning for some of us, I suppose. Others, it would be Friday afternoon still. Eventually, when they show up, maybe. Yeah, I'll turn the camera on. Just whatever. Can't see the top of my head. Afraid to adjust the camera again, though I did it a while ago and I knocked it down. Took me forever to pick it back up. So, how many people even realize there is a difference between camping, bushcrafting, and surviving? I mean, you could wind up in a survival situation while camping if you suck at it. You could wind up in a survival situation bushcrafting real easy because there's almost always sharp things involved in bushcrafting: saws, axes, knives. My life's okay. I was just bored. The missus has a sinus headache, sinus infection, sinus headache. And right now, it's just that squeaky noise you hear. If you can hear it, is not actually my brain trying to think. It's the juicer. The juicer. The juicy juicer. I would really, really like to be out bushcrafting right now. But camping and see, there's primitive. You can actually do what's called primitive camping, which I actually enjoy. Which was actually lucky when my kids were younger. We had a place there where that primitive camping was allowed. And it was actually pretty rough. There was no campsites, no facilities, no park rangers, nothing. You could camp anywhere on the shore of the newly incorporated lake. But that didn't last. Well, it's true. Camping, yeah, because when I go on bushcrafting, I have a cooler as general. Now I hate to burst y'all's bubble. There are several channels out there that, and I'm tempted to name them because I know the backstory on a lot of bigger channels. There are some channels out there that do this stuff legit, and there's some of them that don't. The ones that cheat and let you know about it, trust those guys. Trust those guys. Because one thing I can tell you, yeah, Rob Panis could back me up on this, is when you're shooting a survival challenge or even a bushcraft video, you got to do everything more than once. So when you're shooting video, and it's still fun, but to get a high quality video, you're not there playing. You're out there. It's work. So because for the lighting not to change enough for the audience to notice when you start trying to get the takes that you need for a specific scene or whatever. Let's say you need 3 minutes of video to make it work, and you've got to shoot 2 different angles. So you're looking at least 10 minutes because you got to reset your cameras in between the takes and stuff. You only got about 15 minutes before the light changes significantly. Some of the stuff you can get away with, stretching over 30 minutes or whatever. But can't drag your feet on it. So it's a lot of work, really. There's that, and if you're going to go out and truly enjoy it, you need okay, this is where I go to do this. And I'm really trying hard to find a place close to me that has everything I need to do bushcrafting and stuff like that, so that I can spend more time on it. I could actually get more views and stuff if all I did was if I'd go back to doing just the homesteading videos or whatever. Because there's still a whole bunch of people out there trying to figure out how to do that. But if you do homestead and stuff, you've got to put a lot of you got to put all your stuff out there for the whole world to know about. And I'm not interested. Well, there's one big channel that is like super, super careful about all their operational security stuff. And I can, just because of all the homestead videos they've done, I can literally drive right to their property. Never been there. but I know exactly where it is. And that was on accident and try to figure it out. I was actually looking at something else. Yeah, but hey, Bitty Boo. I didn't see Bitty Boo come in. There he is. Anyways. And I'm not very good at bushcrafting anyways, because um, those bushcraft chairs everybody wants to make, those things are insanely uncomfortable. They're better than sitting on the ground. That's it. If you got a cushion for one, they're not too bad. And if you can make them out of bamboo, they're not too bad. Or, if you've got really good straight wood, the stuff you have to make them with here in Texas, they're not comfortable. I mean, they're literally they're better than sitting on the ground, and keeps you from having to perch on a log while you're trying to eat your food or whatever. A lot of the bushcrafting stuff is really just, it's all straight out of the Boy Scout manual. So some of the more advanced bushcraft, which I really do enjoy doing, is so time consuming and stuff that there's no real way to make a video doing it that people would watch. I've tried. I've got, I guess it's because I wasn't out in the bushes doing it or whatever. I have several videos on making a bow, and it's got nearly no views at all. But that bow is still here. I can string it up right now, warm it up, and I could go hunting with it. And it was made out of a stick using an axe and a machete. And then I prettied it up because I was here at the house. I figured why not. Yes, but bad we don't have bamboo here. I wish we did. Now I've known a couple of places where it'd been really cool to have a rope bridge, but the effort it takes to string a rope bridge across something, the amount of, and actually, I mean that is an insane amount of rope. I watched some people. Where were they from? Some third world country. They needed a bridge across a gorge, so they literally just started pulling grass and started braiding rope, and they made the rope for the bridge from grass growing on the top of the gorge. And then they strung it, and then they walked across it. And I'm like, that's grass. But it held them up. And that's bushcrafting. What we call bushcrafting, other people just call getting, living. But camping is when you show up somewhere and you bring in your food, you bring in your shelter, a lot of these people that carry, like I have tarps and hammocks and stuff. And that's not, so, you know, if you go out and do, and I've done them where we did the survival challenge or whatever. Actually, we called it a bug out exercise. It's not really a survival challenge or a survival thing if you're carrying all this gear with you. Survival sucks. I've had several times, because I'm a really smart guy, that I've wound up in survival situations throughout my life. And it sucks every time. I mean, freezing cold. Freezing. I mean, just snow and wind like you wouldn't believe. Nothing between you and the cold but an overhang and a little short rock wall. That's it. Nothing between you and freezing to death but a bridge, an overpass. And the wind is just whipping right underneath. You cannot get back up out of the wind. Yeah, winter survival blows. So I can't remember where it was, Adam. I don't know about no special honey. And yeah, if you're about to die and then you don't die, it's good for the soul. It's, you know, when somebody kicks in your front door and puts a shotgun in your family's face and stuff, and then they don't kill you and they just take your TV and leave. It's pretty good for the soul too, because you didn't watch your whole family get slaughtered before your face was blown off. I've never been in a survival situation. Okay, that the way the bug out exercise in South Texas started, that was pretty rough. I can't believe Rob slept through the whole thing. Hold on a second. Let's see what this is all about here, real quick. Anyway, it could have been ugly. Well, I'm texting Rob. Actually thinking about going up there Sunday. Anyway, where's that? Anyway, with the lightning and the wind and the rain, and I mean, it shredded my tarp, flooded. I mean, dumped a considerable amount of water, because the first thing it did is tear one of the tie downs, which caused it to pool, the water to pool over my hammock. And then another one broke, which caused it to dump the water into my hammock. And the wind was blowing so hard that it was literally blowing the rain. We went to we had a tent set up. We had a tent set up on to keep our gear in that we were going to use for filming and this, that, and everything else. Anyway, it was literal. The rain was coming in so hard sideways that it was blowing through the water resistant, I guess would be a good word for it, tent. And okay. Yeah, it was, but anyway. I've never had a survival, never been in a survival situation that I chose to be in, other than that one. And that wasn't supposed to happen. That storm come out of nowhere. Well, and don't get me wrong, going out and rough camping or whatever, but you don't have to go out into the woods and go, okay, I'm only going to eat tree bark and weed roots and squirrel poo. I mean, you don't have to do that. You can carry 10 pounds of food with you. I mean, you can do all the stuff for getting food without actually having to kill stuff. You can practice your foraging skills without tempting yourself to actually strip an area empty of resources because you're hungry. Um, what is BWCA? Okay, I don't know what that is. Um, that's one of the reasons I've got to renew my deal. That I'm going to stay active with um, the Boy Scouts is so that I have access to that Boy Scout ranch. Um, you know, having an opportunity to affect a positive, you know, positive, be a positive aspect of the young people's lives, which I don't have a problem. I mean, sorry, I don't have a problem with. I don't care what the Scouts are. I don't care if they're Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or whatever. The they're actually all Boy Scouts. Just well, now they're just Scouts. It's the Scouts of America. I don't have a problem with any of them that show up. The only the when I did the winter camp before the world went to shit. Um, the only kid that annoyed me the entire camp, well, two of them, the only two kids that annoyed me were the overtly uh, conservative raised white straight kids that were just like would you stop being so much of a kid, because they were supposed to be more mature than that. But the kids that were actually the most fun to deal with were the ones that were really new to scouting, and they weren't going to risk getting in trouble. And there was a lot of yes. I mean, it was really easy to call the other kid down. And he even, and when I say it annoyed me, I mean, uh, he was probably way worse in school than he was at Boy Scouts. I didn't have a problem with anybody. They were all good kids. But places like that where the scouts can actually get out away from the city and um, do stuff. I wish they didn't push the merit badges so hard at those places. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's where the Witted Beardsman and One Wildcrafter went in it up there where they drop you off and you paddle around. Oh no, then I did Boundary Waters above Lake Superior. That's Canada though. Can't go to Canada. Can't go to Canada, eh? Because reasons, eh? Because like they're afraid of stuff, eh? I would like to go to Florida and do a survival challenge down there. Hey Zach, um, I think it'd be cool to go out there and find a place to get out of the water at high tide, and then be able to fish for our supper. Only thing is, out there you got to take all your fresh water with you. I don't know how long you'll be able to stay out there. There's parts in Florida where you can go out and you can camp out in the swamp or whatever, but man, you can't be on the ground in the swamp. The end. Hey Isaac, camping, bushcrafting, surviving. I'm camping out in 0 degrees Fahrenheit for a week. It's awesome. Got a hot tent. Got a -20 sleeping bag. Got your camping stove. Your buddy heater. Got all that stuff. I was camping. I don't know what that is. I do not want to go where critters with teeth that want to eat you. Well, that's anywhere Miss Cougar ate one of her goats. Miss shot 300-pound boar in backyard. You live there. Oh, well, you're just being silly then, Harvey. Having fun, though. So that's all that counts. I'm old. I have arthritis. And by golly, if I'm camping in the wintertime, I'm going to have some heat. Hey, man. Hey, Dryfire. I was trying to have a conversation with you the other night, and you were already gone. Hey, Keith. Realize that an alligator's a lot easier to fight than a cougar, right? Just saying. Been around both of them. I'd a whole lot rather tangle with an alligator. All you got to do is get behind them, get on top, and you win. Cougar will turn right inside their skin and stab you. What they got? 4, 8, 16. They got 16 knives and 4 spears. I'll take the gator. They have a mouth. Um, where I was thinking the swampy area on the west coast of Florida. Congratulations, Zach. But y'all do realize that gators don't have to wait to be in shallow water to do that. If you're swinging on one of them ropes, jumping out in the puddle, and splashing around, having a good old time, and you decide not to let go of the rope, that gator can just swim under you and launch up out of the water about 6, 8 feet, right? Snatch it right off of that water swing. Sorry about that. Oh, man. There's been people successfully fought off cougars. You can fight a cougar, but you can't fight a cougar as easily as you can fight an alligator. You never know when the gator moves in. Well, I guess that's why you're not going to Florida, Louisiana, or nothing. I didn't realize when I was down there messing around in that water in I didn't realize there was gators in San Antonio River. It's changed my swimming a little bit. Sorry about that, Miguel. We're all that away now. So it's welcome aboard, comrade. Resistance is futile. I don't know. Well, I would too, Biddy, but I'm just saying. And true, and like I don't think you can drop. I would not want to try to drop a cougar with a 22. You can drop a gator with a 22. Anyway, camping, you take your tent and your sleeping bag and your food, and you go out and you hang out in the woods or you go fishing or whatever. If you hook your camping gear to the back of your vehicle, drive and then put down jacks and level stuff and run out of awning and you have propane and a refrigerator, that's not camping. That's RVing. Nothing wrong with it. Please stop calling that camping. Camping is, there's no air conditioning in camping. There's that. Yeah, now I'm just being uppity. I'm not being uppity. I'm just saying. I mean, that's glamping. I'm being mean, yeah, but now if it's wintertime and you got a hot tent, that's still camping. Because you got a. Thank you, Miguel. Man, they really need to fix this whole shutdown thing because I was gonna photobomb the Woodbeard and stuff when he came to West Texas, and he can't get here. Went down, scouted that whole place, man. Well, not the whole place, but a bunch of that place where he's going to be. What's a hot tent? It's the opposite of a cold tent. Biddy, are you serious? You don't know what a hot tent is? It's a tent that is shaped like a bikini. Thank you, Ted. Sorta, I guess. It's having fun with that, but whatever. Thank you, Aid. I was having fun with that, but whatever. Hey, Aaron. Hey, I haven't seen you around in a while. Probably because I haven't been going live on Friday nights. I don't know why I quit going live. Yeah, I do. I was trying to be nice, but then everybody quit going live on Friday nights, and there's nobody to hang out with on Friday night. Unless you want to talk about, and then we went to the gun store, and we got 27,000 more primers. And that's why I can't get any. I don't, you know, I'm a firm believer in the Second Amendment. First, I'm kind of stand behind the entire Constitution, but I hate people that hoard all the ammo and stuff. Your dicks. Bushcrafting, you take your hobby with you when you go camping. When you're camping, that is your hobby. When you're bushcrafting, you're going camping so you can do your hobby, which is making stuff that you could buy for spending 8 hours building a bench that you could buy for $10. That stuff. That's bushcrafting. Bushcrafting is important though. There's a lot of things. I mean, people like, oh, you've got to build a chair, you've got to build a table, you've got to build a lean-to, you've got to build a fort to be bushcrafting. When you go out there and you cut a willow branch and clean it off and stick a marshmallow on it, you bushcrafted that marshmallow roaster. The end. You took a stick and you made something to cook you some food on, even if it is just sugar and air. Well, no, because it's hard. I mean, I've tried bushcrafting where people can tell that you're not in the bushes, but you don't have to go to the bushes to bushcraft. You do realize that you can just like go collect the stuff and then come back someplace and practice it. You don't have to, if you don't want to be out there, you can literally, when you see your neighbor or somebody down the street, they're getting their trees trimmed or whatever, stop and say, hey, could I have some of those branches? You take the branches home. You bushcraft in your backyard. You can learn to make stuff or whatever. I see all these guys going out there and doing this bushcrafting and stuff on these channels. I never see anybody pull out a first aid kit out of their backpack. They've hiked into the woods with axes and saws and go away. That renew the antivirus is back. I've already renewed the antivirus. Y'all will have to bear with me. Y'all are going to disappear in a moment. Not exactly C103. Now, if you take and set the stump back up so you can use it for a chair, that's bushcrafting. I watch so much tree stuff go into the dump ground. It's not even funny. I have found in my bushcrafting experience that you're just better off carrying a little spatula, a little spoon, and a little ladle with you when you go. I have reverted from bushcrafting to camping. Fowler's Makery and Mischief, he bushcrafts. Okay. Ovens, Rocky Mountain, he bushcrafts. The Woodbeard and them, they've started doing some, but mostly he camps. Well, I believe that knowing bushcraft and stuff, being able to work with your hands, if you lose a thing or if you're going to have to be somewhere for a really long time, being able to make a table would be a big bonus in life. It really would. But if you're just going to go someplace and stay for 4 or 5 days, that's a lot of calories that could be spent researching the local flora and fauna to see what is edible and palatable. Learning. It's I think woodsman skills, being able to go into the woods and survive, be able to go into the woods and find your food would be way more important than being able to go into the woods and build you a chair or something. I used to watch a couple of his stuff, the Really Big Monkey thing. I don't know why I quit. And being in a motel room is not camping. I keep my first aid kit on the outside of my pack. It's not on there right now, but I know where it is. Yeah, my hiking stuff right there. Well, it depends. Because survivalism is, you have to, so many different people think survivalism is so many, it's just like prepping. Everybody's like, oh, I'm a prepper, but what kind of prepper? I'm a prepper. I don't have a generator. I don't have solar panels. I don't have comms so I can communicate with the rest of the world and stuff when everything goes to poo. I, you know, but there are those out there that do. There are people out there that are prepping to remain as comfortable as they can in the event of something bad going on. Then you got some that are prepping to they're prepping to be marauders. Be aware of that. About 60% of the people that are preppers, their intent is to scavenge over your dead body for your resources. Figure out who those people are and learn their faces. So when they come walking up to your location smiling, saying, hey, Bub, I haven't seen you in forever, you can go ahead and drop them in their tracks. Because while they're walking up the driveway, their friends are all swinging around the outside edge. I don't carry an IFAC. Not saying they're a bad idea. Just I have my first aid kit has a way to sterilize a wound, a way to wrap that wound up, a way to stop profuse bleeding. It even has a suture kit in it. It's pretty comprehensive, but you know, some things you just gotta throw dirt on it and dial 911 and start praying. So, most of the time I'm out bushcrafting and stuff, it's me. The last time I went, it was 9 days. 9 days, and it was me. I ran into people on the property, but if I tripped over a log and fell down and harpooned myself with my kukri while I was trying to chop up kindling or whatever, they ain't gonna hear it. There's no cell service out there where I go. I'm not gonna be able to dial 911. Biggest thing is keeping your head out of your butt. And it's on the most of the ones that are prepping to be marauders, they don't realize they're prepping to be marauders, but they're spending so much of their resources on stuff that aren't going to do them any good. And those resources depend on consumable resources to remain a resource. So for them to continue using that resource, they have to go and find somebody else's resources. It just, there's, to a degree, it's okay. But depending on the intensity of the emergency, the length of the emergency, as to, if you're just trying to hold out for 3 or 6 months while everything comes back on, and they don't come back on, or it takes 9 months to come back on, it's just, I agree with solar. I honestly do. I think solar is a good idea. We've talked about it more than once. I just soon have 12 batteries wired up out there with solar panels, charging, with constant trickle charge in them. Inverters and stuff like that run to specific outlets, and we could run our lights, we could run our fans, we could reduce our electric bill a lot using the sun. But it's there'll be $1,200 worth of batteries if we just went with the simple lead acid batteries. Those are only good for 4 years. So every 4 years at a minimum, we would be spending $1,200. And we're not going to make $1,200 worth of electricity. So, yeah. And, bulletproof glass, bulletproof panels, stuff like that. It's just, while I agree with the militia and stuff like that, the way it's meant to be, I don't see the need for private individuals owning tanks. And that makes sense. But I know guys that have diesel generators, and they have hundreds of gallons of diesel because they intend on keeping that generator going for months. Because they intend on keeping the air conditioner running. They literally don't think there's any reason to be uncomfortable. And the only reason, like I say, for solar is on an individual basis. I am adamantly against solar farms. Solar farms are horrible. They are destructive to the planet, okay? They can't let wildlife live inside in the solar farm, okay? They can't have mice running around chewing wires. They can't have animals building nests. Just all these reasons. They don't let trees grow there. They don't let weeds grow there. It's just this big dead area under all these mirrors. How is that green? Same with the wind. Every year the number goes up, but right now there's 150,000 birds that they know of killed every year by windmills. And those statistics are from 2016. So the number of birds has gone up. Yeah, they're trying to do that in Texas. But you get enough houses with enough mirrors on top of them, and it'll actually start burning the wings off of the birds when they fly over. That's happening in California right now, by the way. Birds will just be flying over, and their wings they'll literally start smoking in midair and fall out of the sky. Never. I mean, when hey, South Florida, the wind is non-viable. It doesn't work. The oil companies don't fight wind energy at all because of the massive amount of fossil fuels it takes to build, transport, install, maintain, dismantle, and recycle the windmills. Windmills are good for the petroleum industry. There you go. No, we don't bust people's chops about spelling in here. What's I was telling? I said we don't. He said sorry for misspelling it. And I said don't worry about it. Yeah, bird ray guns basically. Exactly, you man. They have to operate at capacity for 28 years to pay for themselves, and at 30 years they have to be decommissioned. We as taxpayers pay for those windmills to be put up. There's only a little bit of private money goes into that. The rest of it's all publicly funded. Not material from cigarette. There's a cure for the energy crisis. The condoms. And the American energy crisis, if they just take the money for one wind farm, finish that wall, and put in some of them little air tubes or whatever, where, okay, nope, you've been denied. They put them in the tubes, shoots them back across the border. It opens on the other side. They get out. Tube comes back.
I wish some of those people could see the windmills going down 180 here. They'd see how clean that they are.
Yeah, they're just
All that oozing petroleum.
Grease leaking out of them, slinging all over, running down the end of the blades and just slinging out across the pastures. Yeah. Yes, and they actually produce enough natural gas to produce all energy we need, yet they don't use it to make the plants. They literally pump it back in the ground because it's so cheap. Explain that one to me. But anyway, this is about camping and bushcrafting and stuff. Energy, yada, yada, yada. I mean, how many bushcrafters are there in here? Because this, and I apologize for my part in this, but I don't do politics online anymore. It doesn't go good, doesn't do anybody any good, doesn't do anything but make me upset. I'm going to talk about it. So, how many bushcrafters are in here? If you consider yourself a bushcrafter, don't, say me. That's what I said. Well, except me for bushcrafting. It's 2 letters. Surely y'all can thumb 2 letters in. My new aide counted himself as a bushcrafter. And I think Zach's supposed to be 1 and Ted's supposed to be 1. But
when I was younger, too lazy now.
Yeah, that's getting to be me. I just switched over to camping. I ain't gonna lie. Though I started to do this live stream from the den down there, and I was going to work on my bow. I stole that idea from Killdeer Survival. He made that arrowhead while he did his live stream. If y'all wasn't over there for that, y'all missed that. It was cool as crap. He took a, yeah, well, I know you're a glamper. No disrespect to glamping. I did appreciate the loan of your trailer while we came down for a visit, just for the record. When Chipper glamps, he glamps people. Don't mean to call him out or anything like that, but that is a pretty nice tent. Okay, so how many campers do we have in here? If you're a camper, if you like to just go camping, like tent, we'll go ahead and throw RVs in here, I guess. Now say I am. I am a camper. I wouldn't be either. If that camper out there wasn't so ratty, I'd probably drag it around too. No sense of lying. Yeah, all I got's fails. I ain't got an arrowhead out there.
I'm a city tart in that regard. Mexican that wants the wall built. Government has been denying us a wood and stuff. The social rules taking over.
I do.
Oh, to sleep on the ground if I don't have to.
Exactly. So I can't, when I go to the woods now, I don't carry a sleeping bag. I carry a hammock. I go camping.
Some places when we take our road trip, some places we camp, some places we sleep in a motel, some places we borrow people's cabins. It just depends.
Just depends when we're traveling. That's different. But when we load up to take a road trip, we have a tent, an air mattress, our sleeping gear, our camp stoves, our camp cooking equipment, everything. If we decide to pull into a national forest and spend the night, we can. If we decide, we've slept in people's yards. We have, and actually, if we go to Georgia again, we're sleeping in the yard. It was more comfortable in the yard than it was in the house. And that's weird, but less weirdness in the yard. You know, we don't. I'm not big on sleeping in people's houses. It's awkward for me. I am ACR. For those of you who don't know yet, I am high functioning autism. I like. It's really hard to tell about me, but I mean, there are some things that just really have a hard time with. I've learned to pretend that I don't, but I do. So, the um, the and staying in people's houses is really, really, really awkward for me. It's just never something, dude. Hey, there's Mr. Painless. I would like to have one of the World War II canvas pup tents back. I had one of those. They're heavy. They're cool as crap. And there's no reason not to have a hammock. Uh, there's so many affordable alternatives out there. The one I have is a two. They call it a 2-person hammock. I wouldn't try to stuff 2 people in it. Uh, who? Yeah, I said hey, Rob. But yeah, there's no reason not to have a hammock. The if I had a way to rig my hammock up in this house, I'd probably sleep in it every night. It's just, I mean, once you sleep in a hammock, it's hard to sleep anywhere else. My knees are shot. Well, is there bear season up there, Aaron? If there is, you'd only need to take her camping once. Then after you get your bear, you can take her back home. Make sure your gun's sighted in. Don't want anything bad to happen to her.
Yeah, I agree.
The cabin is not your house, smart aleck. I'm just saying. I found a new pocket on the thing. Didn't know it was there. Makes life a pain in the ass, Mark. I'm just saying. When nobody understands why you're weird. And I'll push myself into arguments with people that they didn't want to have, because some of the things I know there's nothing I can do about it. Some of the things that I think are fact, I know aren't facts, but my brain won't let me change the way I feel about them. So just get over it. So you can fill 2 tags. So you'd only need to take her camping twice a year to get your tag or fill your tags. Aaron, I mean, put it to her. Does she enjoy wild game? Does she enjoy the taste of bear meat? I'm asking for a friend. I did not get I got the imagination part, and that's it. I can't do math for nothing.
She refuses to be baked.
Well, sounds like she is being unreasonably selfish, Aaron. Um, you might try to talk to her about it. Probably won't do any good. Well, Betty, to eat bear meat, you have to go where there's things with teeth and claws that want to eat you. You had a perfectly good opportunity to eat cougar, and you just went yelling at it, screaming, "Don't you eat my goat!" or whatever you were doing. I can still sleep on the ground. I'm just not going to walk anywhere the next day. Um, thus the air mattress. Yet, don't tell her that's what you're doing, Aaron. You'll be fine. Um, maybe just put the camper underneath where you've got the tree stand. And tell her you're not actually using her for bait. You're just going to go stand watch to keep her safe. That could work, buddy. Got to think your stuff all the way through. Eh. There are different degrees of roughing it. A lot of people out there think they're roughing it. They're not roughing. I'm going out into the woods with this $700 worth of high-end gear on my back, and I'm going to rough it. Dude, that saw costs what I'm making 2 days. That's not roughing it. Me and Rob are thinking about going and roughing it for the really reals. I'm actually looking forward to trying to pull that off. That would be fun. That is going to be fun. I'm out of smoke. Been in here an hour and 15 minutes. Y'all are gonna have to deal with me getting them walking away, or y'all are gonna have to say goodnight. You want to stare at my blanket, or you want me to kill the string? Well, that's the deal. I mean, that's what we're talking about. There's a difference. I mean, you're not going to take your family. I'm not going to take my wife on a bushcrafting trip. I
They said, go get your cigarette.
roughing using salad fork for an entree. Yeah, that would be pretty rough. Yep. Rob calls it camping, but he drags a trailer with him. Just saying. We already covered that.
Not every time, Wes.
Yep, been there, done that. Yes, real right. That would be roughing it. Unless it's a 18-wheeler and you just got the engine running. Oh. I forgot Rob and Uman got to meet. Hold on a minute. Where is South Florida? I've been trying to teach people that, but apparently my bushcraft videos aren't any good because nobody watches them.
Why is it we all have to move to the woods and prove it the fan? Do I have to move to the horse shed instead of sleeping in my bed? How will that save people confused? There you go, Rob.
Yeah, what Rob said. Cool. What's a way more shirt? Oh, wait, let me pull. Has anybody gone over to, hold on a second. No, wait. Let's do it this way. Close this. Cloud. Um,
Kara said I showed that pack rat video to the co-worker. They freaked out.
did they really? That's so cool. What happened? Is everybody, did I kill everybody? Did I kill the stream?
No?
Google's dead. If y'all can see me, I can't see y'all, by the way. There it is. Um,
Mom caught me stealing jar.
Mom caught you stealing darling. What?
Trying different things to be a fireman.
Oh, well, see, they just need, then what they need to understand is pack rat is good eating. I haven't been able to get my hands on any of the regular like brown rats or black rats, but hey, Rob, dude, sorry, I didn't mean to yell. Like you can hear me better if I yell. Uh, could I set some traps up at one of those mills or something? 'Cause those aren't pack rats. I need non-pack rats.
You should have seen them on the eating of the bugs.
If I could literally, if I could just catch and eat weird stuff all the time and make videos about it, I would. Uh, some of the stuff I've eaten, I don't put on here because, um, cool, because I've eaten all the other rats. Now I need to eat uh, the regular, because the ones at those places are the big brown rats and stuff. No, I haven't had a mink. We don't have mink down here. I know where there's some chinchillas, but the lady guards them pretty close. They're really soft, by the way. I tried to pet a hedgehog, but they didn't like that. Apparently, they've seen my videos. Um, You got the right dryer lint, you can do it. That polyester crap won't burn for nothing. Melt, that's it.
Good after you do a load of cotton towels.
Yeah, that would be good. Or if you do just jeans. But it's just as easy to go get cotton balls. I think cotton balls light up faster. Oh, I need to get a hold of your whatever. Or just find a place where they're not going to know I'm doing it.
I should have took a picture and showed you all the raccoon tracks. Garden snails? Ugh, no, I knew without snotty filling food.
All right. Did some research on snails. Rule 1. You cook them well. Snails carry blood flukes. Blood flukes are not a problem in the U.S. right now, but they're a problem in all the parts of the world where we're getting the illegal immigration from. Okay? The flukes are in the blood. The people will pass the stuff to make more flukes. The snails will get the flukes. The snails will have the flukes. And then it will just be, it'll be the same here as anywhere else as far as blood. And blood flukes kill you. Well, I mean, what are we talking, South Florida, willing to do? What do we got to be willing to do? Me personally, I made peace with it here a while back, and because I was having nightmares about, like apocalyptic nightmares, and I was telling these people, no, you can't. I'm not going to help you. And then the next day or the week after that, I would be going out checking my perimeter, and I would find a man and his small children huddled up under a tree, frozen to death. You know, there's some things I'm not gonna, I can't. My grandchildren to me are more special than somebody else's grandkids are, but if me having to walk off into the Arctic winter so that somebody else's kids can grow old with my grandkids, I will see you later. That's in Florida, right? The giant snails. What sheath, Robert? I'm missing something. No, I do not. I don't carry anything that, if it goes back, it costs me bodily injury. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I don't prep for me and mine. I prep so I'm not going to be without. I don't do a me and mine. I don't live a me and mine scenario now. I think that I've proved that I'm more, well, not necessarily more, but equally as concerned with my fellow man as I am with my own survival. Um, you know, now, if I don't like you, I'm in the apocalypse, I'm going to shoot you, I'm going to eat you. I never bones about that either. I mean, um, but the reason I prep food is so I don't have to eat people. But if you're a jerk, I'm just going to do it because I don't like you. Trust me, if I can eat a rat, I can eat you. Rats are a whole lot more likable than a lot of people. So there you go. Don't see people keeping people for pets, do you? Think so? You're safe, Biddy. Now, your pigs, on the other hand, and your goats and your dairy cows, that's a different story. I don't eat blood.
No, Miguel was saying he did.
See, I can't do blood.
The dog is snoring really loud.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Real right. I mean, um, it was normal. When that's the difference. 100 years ago, the wrong person walked up the driveway. If a nefarious person walked up the driveway, there was a reason everybody had a double barrel shotgun, and not they weren't sawed off either. It was so the bird shot would be effective at 30 yards.
Sounds like the wind's there.
Take care, Chris. Hey, Rob is a uh. Well, take care, CR. Rob, is the wind blowing up there yet?
Let's see what three's out.
Later, C103.
You could have warned me that that cabbage thing was gonna taste like crap.
Oh, hey, C103. Mrs. said you could have warned her about the cabbage juice tasting like poo poo. Yeah, it's coming in here already. It's already getting up. I didn't know if it was coming. I want to know if it's coming from the north or from the south. I don't mind south wind this time of year. I do not want north wind. But I think it's coming out of west, which is going to be just as cold. I just don't. I don't. I don't. I don't even like liver if it's not blooded. I get the blood out of it. We know you're in here now, don't we, Trey? That's just lovely. Oh, I was gonna share a screen. Huh. Can make sure it's loaded. I didn't put my new shirt on there yet. Anyway, let me share the screen. Hold on. Oops, no, that's fine. That's the stuff that's available on my webpage or my t-shirt shop. You can get the drum shirt, you can get this shirt, or you can get this shirt. You can get this shirt or this hat or this hat. Actually, I'm having one laid out right now that says I watch Wes S because, or either for or because of Mrs. Wes S. And he hadn't put it up here yet. I got a picture of the shirt, but he didn't have it up here. This, and I've decided that the D means deplorable, is drum. Deplorable Rainbow Unicorn Militia. It's the Texas division of Rum. It says melting snowflakes to water the grass of freedom. This one is Wes S said no step, and this one is come and take it, and it's got an ugly black gun on it. And this is the anatomy of a pew pew, and this is no step on snake, and this is just Wes S hat. So I just wanted to share because I'm really excited that this thing is up and working now. Anyway. They all have ponytail. They're one size fits all hat, or one size fits most. So there's a link to the shop underneath in the description of this video. Or I could do here again. There's your link to the shop. And if you have a shirt that you want made for your stuff or whatever, you can go to home to the Sudoku homepage, and you can build your own shirt there. It's actually really cool. That's what I did. They go all the way up to I don't know what the price is, Trey, but I think they can get up to 5X.
They have that style, Betty.
You can actually, and they'll be on there. You can get it. They're not a crush hat. They're the like the little golfer fisher hats or whatever. You can get one of those too. They're not. That's not on there yet. It's supposed to be on there. He's trying to work out how to put the unicorn skull on there and to stitch the unicorn skull on it. Yes, that's my son's shop. Well, my daughter-in-law's technically. It's Gildan shirts. I don't know. They're good shirts. All me and Rob wears all the time. Hadn't wore them out yet. Rob, have you wore your shirts out yet? And you do everything over there, and then I have to trust my son to pay me. So I don't make that much off the shirts. Most of it goes to him. Now I keep track of all the money that comes through the t-shirt shop, and every time you buy something over there, you have made a donation to cancer. I can't remember the name of the place, but it's a cancer research center. It's not much, but every $1, $2, $3, $4, whatever counts. So it's not going to be tax deductible. But
or have you grown? Just say it.
Are you sure that? Yeah, what Liz said, Mrs. S said that. I grew up. Hey, me. She's gonna shoot me now. I'm gonna have to come hang out with you, Rob. She's gonna kill me. See? Told y'all. Did y'all see that move? What was it? That was probably something sharp. Deadly. She literally moved her furniture so she could get to this door. She said it so we could talk. I think it's just because I put a wall between us so she couldn't jump stuff at me. I'm quitting. I can hear her digging for stuff now. Oh, good shot. What the heck was that? Hey! Where'd you? You will stop throwing jelly bellies right now. So, what's up? I'm going to take my jelly beans back now. That was actually a pretty good hit. I love you. Oh, she's got jelly beans, and all I've got is cheese puffs, man. I am super outgunned right now. No, she needs no encouragement. And that happened. Steve wasn't even in here, and I still got tagged. It's my life has gotten better. There was one point in my life where that was a knife. And there was an ashtray. And there was other stuff. I had it coming. I deserved everything. So, she's once was enough. Yeah, at least it's jelly beans. There's that. I forgot she had them in there. That's on me. I can't believe I took those in there for her. Took them in there to pick on my daughter. My daughter really likes Jelly Bellies. I like Sippy. Sippy's one of the sweetest. The scary part about it is her and Mrs. get along like two peas in a pod. It's actually terrifying. Um, she does not need to bushcraft herself a slingshot. Put worms in my coffee, yeah. I'm gonna step on one of those things in the morning and be like, Lego. Um, I have this stuff. I was gonna bushcraft me a slingshot. What did I do? I brought it home from Bob Handler's place. No, I've lost it. I've kept it up here for forever, playing with it because I don't want to forget about it. But I brought me a Y stick home. I'm gonna make me a slingshot. No, I do. I'll probably give it away. The range on the jelly bean wouldn't be that great because of the oblong shape of the projectile. The rotation would cause it to veer one direction or another, and it wouldn't be predictable. That's why marbles or steel shot is so much better for slingshot ammunition than pebbles. So, but within 10 paces,
Is it the vinyl? It's not iron on. Is it screen print or iron on?
I don't know. I think they got that printer majigger. They can do now. Uh, uh, Screen print. If you want a screen print shirt, you have to order 20 of them for it to pay. You literally have to, because the screen print machine takes a lot of time, energy, and everything else. They have a machine that they can print each one at a time, or they can do the vinyl or whatever. Hey, Bent. But the drum shirts, I know we did those in vinyl. We didn't. I don't have a patch yet because, but those when I do those, I'll have to order them because they won't do those one at a time. I'll have to order a quantity and pay for them ahead of time, and then I have to sell them. So, my channel is not making enough money for me to do stuff like that. So, I'm thinking about getting some more stickers made. Because I can get the stickers. Those stickers cost me $3 a piece. But they're real bumper stickers. You can put them on something and they're going to be there for a good little while. They're not the printed ones that they see the sun and they start to fade right away. Which one'd you order, B? Well, because I have no way of knowing. You got to make sure you put your address and stuff on there. I don't know how the shipping works. That's all at checkout. I don't know how it works. I ordered 2 shirts yesterday, and I'm pretty sure he hasn't made them yet. Because if he had, I would have had one of them on. I ordered a Wes S Said No Step and the one for I watched Wes S for Mrs. Wes S. But behind every brave man is a woman with a gun. That would be a good shirt. Oh, that'll work. You back yet, Rob? He's saying his come and take it shirt don't fit. Mine still fits, so his must have shrank. Well, if you don't turn around and run the wrong way, Ted, you'll never know. Yeah, Rob, I think I found your no step on snake hat. It's right there. I have one of that. See it? Oh. It's actually embroidered or whatever, sewed on there. I'll wear Rob's hat. It's either Rob's or no, this may be mine. But I realized that there was 2 of these here, and I was like, wait a minute. There can't be 2 of them because my son lost his. So if there's 2 of them here, that means I have Rob's. So I need to find the other one that I had my hands on the other day. Okay, Betty Boo. Have a good night. Yeah. That's the downside to the missus. If she's fired 5 shots, there's 5 holes in something. I don't know, Tibor. I know the batteries don't last forever in those things. Usually it's something wrong with the cord or the end, but if you've got at some point or another you've gotten oil or something on the charging cable, they need to come up with some way to clean those things. Yeah, if it'll charge when you're not using it, could be the battery getting weak. That's all just.
Have a fast charge, or if you have a trickle charge one and you're using it and it's not charging, it's because it's a trickle charge.
Yeah. You've got to have the fast charge if you're going to use it while you're trying to charge it. The trickle charger, the 1.5 won't work. You got to have the 2.4. So I really like the camera stuff on this new phone. Trying to figure out how to work it is a chore. It's got 4 cameras on the back and a camera that will actually, it won't zoom on the front, but it's twice the camera that other phone has. Ooh, the wind is blowing here. But check the weather real quick, everybody. Don't everybody freak out at one time. I didn't want you to search. I wanted you to go there. Storm wipes out part of scenic California highway. When that happened. We'll check the wind advisory. May have to get out of here and tie a bunch of stuff down. I haven't checked the weather in 3 days. Well, it's telling me that I can't have that. And disallowed the weather warning. Yeah, winds are coming out of the west. Well, it's in southwest first, so that could be warming. There could be some gusts, but it's going to blow all through the day tomorrow. But it's actually supposed to be warm. It's coming in from the south. It's not a cold front. So. That's good. That's positive. That's a positive thing.
I usually check AccuWeather.
Yeah, AccuWeather, whichever one I come to. I'd quit using Wonderground, but I just went there this time. I have AccuWeather on my phone, which I guess I could have checked it there. But y'all know what's going on. My weather's not on my homepage. There's just all kinds of weird stuff going on. Folks, just all there is to it. Um, the I'm guessing I've told Ted where I live. Dadgummit, I was asking you something earlier, Rob. I can't remember. Oh. There's two of these hats at my house. Leland lost his in the river, so one of them's yours. I'll find the one that doesn't have sweat stains on it, and I'll bring it to you. Oh, well, yeah. That's my P.O. box. Now, if I don't lose it again, Rob. The other one's in yonder in the bedroom. I don't know how many times I've seen both of them in the same day, but it never dawned on me that I was seeing the same hat in two different rooms. So, The charger may be bad. I'll check the. That would be the west wind.
Yeah.
We have a built-in barometric pressure device. It's called the front door. You out here, Zach? All right, Zach, be good. Well, don't get caught being bad then. How's that? Oh, I thought you meant you were leaving.
Stop licking the couch.
My dog's licking the couch, apparently. As a general rule, whenever the dog starts doing something weird, I give her to her. I got one of those, Bent. It's right outside the front.
That wind is throwing that heat lamp around the chicken house.
And every week I got to go. I need to go out there and put the panel over the window. Didn't do that this winter yet.
Sadie, what's going on? Nosy bugging you? Mine too.
Okay, I'm just reading the chat over here, and anybody that's watching this wondering, y'all are just gonna have to like read the chat because I'm not reading that crap out loud. I'm sorry about that, Zach. Need to fix that though. Wick and Christian don't run together. I can look at the sky and tell if cold weather is coming by the shade of blue, usually. I can usually tell if there's storms coming. The wind will sneak up on you. Always does on me. We've got some, or had some Wiccans here. I don't know if they still live here or not. Well, I'm sure they do. Just my part of Texas, you can have all 4 seasons in one day. And when you consider how extreme the seasons are here, it's saying a lot. You can wake up to ice on the road and be down to shorts and t-shirts by afternoon. Hey, Vision Quest. Well, let me know if you do. We'll go find some flint. You can show me how to at least make a sharp rock. Everybody say hi to Vision Quest. He makes like cool flint stuff, by the way. Seriously. Um, most Native Americans were too busy trying not to starve to death to spend too much time just staring at the sky. The stuff I know about the sky and stuff was taught to me by a Native American, but didn't know she was Native American until she was nearly dead. When she was a kid, it was not cool to be Native American. So. Now, they did know how to take a day off when they got it, though. That's one thing we've lost. I mean, we're talking about bushcrafting and camping and stuff like that. Taking time off and going and being in nature is probably the best, even if you don't like it, especially if you don't like it. It's probably one of the best medicines for the human soul there is. Well, yeah, but that's just a storm because by the time they get to us, they're not chopped up anymore. We can have 50-mile-per-hour wind and blue skies. Wasn't a cloud in the sky the other day when you took that video, was there, Rob? Of that windy day, that blustery day? They got New England back on, or they got restrictions up there. Yeah, that's right. That's usually when the wind blows here. I mean, this is different. There's wind blowing in storms here right now. But you think that was it, Tibor? No, down here in Texas, on this part of the plains, there need be no clouds for there to be wind. There's no airflow restriction, so the storm could be rising somewhere so far away that you can't see the top of the thunderhead, and it will suck all of the air. I mean, there's times the wind blows so hard you can see the freaking uh, New Mexico license plates flying around in the air. Well, I was talking about the other day whenever you shot that video, we get brownouts down here and they're in cloud and sky. Um, it's been cloudy all day. This wind's just a storm coming up. Tried to make me an arrowhead the other night, Vision Quest. It didn't work. I made a bunch of little pieces of broke rock. That was it. Oh, you went and looked at the video? Oh, okay. I thought you mean you went outside and looked right now. I was like, oh, that was silly. It's whatever you want to do, though, man. Had a full moon the other night with a bunch of clouds around it, so there was no ring, so I couldn't count the stars, so I didn't know when the weather was coming in. Cool, Miguel, I guess. Well, still got to figure out the basic principles, though. I've been watching some of your videos. I'm going to try it. I think if I could ever figure out how to make the flint flake, to get the big flakes off, or whatever you call them, the blanks, I could get somewhere with it. Well, see, that's like um, the weather over there in the Davies Mountains is completely different than the weather here. All right, Trey. Be careful. Trey, find me a place to do a 7-day survival over there, man. And I'll come see you. I do 7 days in Mississippi in the early spring. Actually, right now would be a good time to be in Mississippi. It's not cold there now. Oh, okay. That's I've actually started making. I'm working on a video right now. Putting myself out too hard on it. Shot the intro today. Yeah, I'll work on the rest of it here and there. Just something I think a guy needs to sit down and practice or whatever. There's a reason after the first guy figured out how to do it, he taught somebody else. But I just think that would be a really cool bushcrafting skill to know, is taking a rock and turning it into a useful tool. I mean, I can break a rock and have a sharp edge and get her done, but it's not the same as, taking a rock and making a knife that will do the work all day long, or being able to put a point on a straight stick and sit up in a tree and wait for something to walk underneath you or whatever. It's just not the same. I would try wood carving. Wood carving is a messy hobby too. Then again, so is blacksmithing. Especially for me, I got like massive amount of wood ash I got to get rid of. Okay, Miguel, be good. We'll see you around. Come in. I used to do Friday nights all the time, and then I quit because other people were doing Friday nights, but nobody's doing Friday nights anymore, so whatever. They'd start telling people to subscribe to Wes S, the real one. If I can get all the people that come over here to watch to subscribe to my alternate channel, that's where I like to do my live streams. That way, the only thing over here is the actual useful content. Well, that's funny, Ben. I thought I had a piece of flint out there, and I smacked it, and it turned out to be onyx. Right, but I have a Wes S, this channel. Oh, jeez. I just almost caught an orange in the face. And then I have Wes S, the real one, which is where I prefer to do my live streams and stuff. So, all right, Zach, be good. I don't know, Carol. I've got my food spread all over the place. I mean, that whole thing about having all your eggs in one basket, that's just a bad idea. Rob, I think you need to wash your brain. Do I ever grow jalapenos? No. We grow fulges. We used to grow jalapenos, but due to our digestive tracts becoming aware that the chemicals that make jalapenos hot are actually poisonous, we don't eat that anymore. Or basically, we don't eat that anymore because it hurts our guts. That might be it. When was the last time you slept, Rob? Yep. All right. Y'all people, y'all don't, those that don't know, Ben out of shape, he went through SHTF. He was in those California fires. He lost everything. Did they ever get started on your house? Your new one, Ben? Cool. Cheers. That's right. That's what you told me last time, was that you were waiting on power. You got some nice bald hills and mountains and stuff to look at now. Don't jinx it, Rob. Aaron, I can't remember the town he lived in, but they renamed it Burnt. Hey, Rob, what was your last, have you checked your tank on the barn? How's the one at the house doing? No, I don't think so. Has a picture on the side of it. I don't even know what it says. Stole it from a kid. I've got to get another one. It's just driving me nuts that I'm getting all this water and it's just going down to the bar ditch. Rachel showed up. Hey, Rachel, good afternoon. How's everything on the Big Island? Hell, I guess I could have offered Rob to come up here, but he's probably running around in his pajamas. Happy hearing them there. Or are they out doing stuff? Practicing my Canadian skills. Drinking Canadian whiskey. All right. One thing I know about Valentine's is that Cupid will make you stupid. Well, hello, Happy here. Oh. So how's things going? Happy, you should like go to Mrs. S's live streams when she does them on the Facebook. Happy Hair said, hello, everybody. Or line or whatever. Ow, that's harsh, Rachel. I never got into Valentine's Day. I don't know. I started to buy the missus some chocolate the other day, but that was just so she'd give me the ones that she didn't want. So Rachel, while I'm thinking back along the lines of what this thing started out as being, is there any place there where y'all can like go camping and stuff? I mean, can you go camping on Hawaii? Ooh. Well, I guess that would deserve a breakup. Yeah, Kentucky and Tennessee are tempting. They really are. The only that Mississippi River, man, is the only thing that slays the deal. Um, because that will, even in the times of the Native Americans, the Mississippi River divided the country. So, night, Rob. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get out of here. It'll be on for 2.5 hours. This has been a pretty long stream for. Do y'all like the Friday night thing? Would y'all like me to keep doing it? Blah de blah. Oh, I see. I would so date Rachel. She brings there's cookies involved in this. I'm in. Oh, where you at, Uman? And I seriously don't know your given name, so sorry. That we were talking about that. Or me and Rob were texting about it. YouTube's messed up, man. I got a notification dump yesterday for comments that people had made on my videos a year ago. Explain that to me. All right, Vision Quest. Drop me an email. It's in the about section. I think we've talked via email already, but drop me an email. I might have you on here as a guest. Well, I do Tuesday night Bible studies on Wes S the Real One, and I do Saturday nights on here. Makes you thinking about doing a daytime one, but if I do a daytime one, it's got to be something strict. I'm just trying to give people a place to go where we can talk about stuff where we don't have to be, where it doesn't matter what side of the bird we're flapping on. You know, we can just be freaking Americans in here, and I like that. Our don't even have to be American, just people. We're just people in here. We're just all humans. I like that idea. Seriously, I mean, I strongly suggest Vision Quest stuff. Don't go there expecting some ninja uh, whatever, but if you want to know about Flint napping, I got to go check out right there. And we can agree to disagree. Just the things we disagree about, we're not going to talk about over here. Not doing it. Done with the drama. Ain't going anywhere. I mean, I'm done with it. What is the R syndicate thing? I don't even know what that is. I've heard of it. I just don't know what it is. Carbon steel, stainless steel is um, carbon steel. Carbon steel taken care of. Keep the rust off of it. You don't have to worry about it. Stainless steel. This is good stainless steel. This is a hard stainless steel. This is stainless steel. It's not good stainless steel. You cannot get the cost of a good stainless steel blade is about 20 bucks. So by the time you take that stainless steel blade, make a knife out of it, if it didn't cost you 40 or 50 bucks, you didn't buy anything. I can bend this knife and it won't break. This knife will flex, but if it bends, it's going to break. This knife will hold an edge. As far as carbon steel or stainless steel, honestly, they're both have their positives, but I can get through a hog with this if I sharpen it and then start and do the whole hog with this knife. This one, I can get through the hog, the deer, the next deer, do my whatever bushcrafting and stuff. It's still sharp. It's carbon steel. Stainless steel doesn't rust. That's it. I have to be careful with that blade. I have to keep that blade oiled. Okay. After I get through cleaning the hog, I wipe it. I don't wash it. I leave the fat on it. It's my knife. Don't worry about it. Same thing. Just has vegetable oil on it. You just have to take care of. Some stainless steels out there can't be heat treated. A lot of people don't realize that. You can heat and quench all you want to, but the stainless steel doesn't get hard. But you can take that stainless steel, form it into the blade you want, and let it go below the plastic, below the plastic level, which means let it cool back down to where it's not red anymore. And you can work it with a hammer and it will become frightfully hard. Um, I've done a couple of knives out of that, and I was really impressed. You can actually take cold working the stainless steel that won't take a heat treat. You can cold work it after you've got it into shape, and you don't have to do it much. You can cold work it for another 10 minutes, and it'll actually develop a spring. It's actually pretty good steel, and it'll hold an edge. But you can't quench it and expect it to get hard. It all depends on the type of stainless steel. I think stainless steel knives are pretty, but if I had to grab one knife to go into the woods with, it would be a carbon steel knob, because they hold the edge better. They sharpen easier. You don't have to worry about rolling the edge on them as much because they are a harder steel. This. And the 400 series stainless steel is the one you can quench and harden. But like I say, it's not real stainless. It doesn't have the soft metal content that the other does. Like, who was it that said that? T-board. I mean, they both have advantages. I mean, if you're around salt spray, if you're close to the Gulf or the ocean, or you're susceptible, your waters are susceptible to tides, or you're somewhere close to where there's a lot of water and there's a lot of salty water and stuff like that, get the stainless steel, man. If you live by the Salton Sea or the Great Salt Lake or the Gulf of Mexico, go stainless, because you can be fighting keeping that other blade rust free all the time. I have a hard time keeping the rust off of my old hickories. Yeah, I got both. I mean, I've got this. Where did it go? This actually has. This is pretty good stainless steel blade. What steel it's made out of? Doesn't actually say what kind of steel it's made out of. This is really nice. Thank you, Thomas. That was a gift. This one is supposed to be stainless, but this will rust. This is a good blade. I've always loved these, and I wouldn't have this if my wife hadn't spotted it. I completely walked past it. She made that, or I am in the process of making it. I'm not finished with it. Night, Carol. And some of it's preference. If you've got a good stainless steel knife or whatever, carry it. I mean, I haven't found a stainless blade that holds an edge as long as carbon steel. They don't make straight razors in stainless. That tells you anything. And see, I like Damascus steel, but good Damascus steel is expensive. I forget the name of the knife. You can buy them at the hardware here. But they have carbon steel blades, and they have a white plastic handle. They're a chef's knife or whatever. Those things are dangerous sharp, and it ain't nothing to put an edge on one. I've got a ceramic steel. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep your hand out of the way. I mean, 2 swipes down either side, and it will go through anything. I sharpen those knives. Be careful, by the way. I have 2 bucks. I have the first buck fixed blade knife I ever got. So 105 Trapper, I believe. I love that knife. I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't trade that knife for nothing. I don't care what you say. Yeah, I've got a Mora that I carry with me when I'm out in the bush. I got that from Wayne from Ungrateful Peasant. Yeah, the new bucks aren't the old bucks. I'll give you that. That happens. It's like the Uncle Henry and the old timers aren't the ones that you used to get. Like this is a Schrade Walden. This knife is 40 years old at least. It's a good knife. This is a Schrade. This one was still made in America. Notice I've always been really fond of these blades, these type blades. Schrade actually has a new knife out. I'll say new. That's basically a smaller one of these. They call them the finger, I think, or something like that. And I've had a couple of them. They're all right. Don't hold an edge for nothing though. So both of them, I've had 2 of them, and both of them, I wound up. They were just, my wear it on my belt every day for like digging around in the dirt and chipping paint and prying stuff and opening boxes and stuff like that. $20 belt knife that you don't care about. Sharp finger, yes. Is the 110 the folding knife, Tibor? The 119 is the buck, right? Or is the 110 the buck? Or the Bowie? The 119 the Bowie knife or the folding knife? I can't never keep that straight. Numbers and my brain don't work. The 105 is in the gun cabinet. I'm not going to go get it. The new ones aren't. They don't even have the same. Yeah, 119. Okay, the 119 is 119 is what I got. I've never had the 110. I've got a Mac. I have a Schrade that looks just like the Buck 110. My brother gave that to me though, so I don't risk it much. I'd be sick if I dropped it in the bush somewhere. Knives are like women. Let's fix this right. Knives are like a partner, a life partner. Let's make this politically correct. A knife is like a life partner. You've got to get the one that's right for you. And it doesn't matter how perfect it is for you. It's not, somebody else is always going to have a problem with it. So just deal with it. If it's what you want, it's what you want. It's a reason. It's another reason not to carry that old timer my brother gave me around. That thing's a brick. There's dings in it where he's used it as a hammer. Well, okay, so we used it as a hammer, but whatever. Um, you know, you can use a pencil eraser to polish your brass. Just in case you didn't know that. Makes it nice and shiny. There's the 3-hour mark, folks. It is 2 away from 12 o'clock here. And I am getting tired. That's like, you know, trying to decide which is the perfect knife is the same as trying to decide what is the only caliber. It depends on you. If I can only take 2 into the bushes, I want a 12 gauge and a 22. If I can only take 1, I want the 12 gauge. That sounds pretty cool. Who brought up Bronco? Or what year Bronco? Yeah, that's a good one. Guessing you've been in here for the Bronco conversation. Well, it's like, I wish I'd have known more about Cal. I would have bought a 10 millimeter instead of a 40. That is true. I know people that spent $200-300 on a knife just because they had a name on it, and they can't keep an edge on the $200 knife. A $40 knife there, I'll put up against any of them $200 knives any day of the week. A $30 knife, I'll do the same thing with. Oh, okay. That explains that. But anyway, yeah, we'll get a mid-80s Bronco one of these days. One broke down on the side of the road. She tried to get me to stop and load it up. Like they weren't going to notice it wasn't there when they came back.
They left it on the side of the road where I would see it.
Yet they didn't leave that UTV on that trailer at the Walmart parking lot where I could find it.
That was in a parking lot, not the side of the road. The side of the road you could pick up stuff.
My bad. Had it been there the next day, I would have considered it. But apparently somebody stole it in the night.
Yeah, because you just left it there, so the next guy come along and got it.
I think that's the way it works. I'll try to remember the rules next time, okay? That Wayne trying to sneak in. He's probably been ghosting. Wayne, you got here just in time for me to sign off, man. I know it's still early in California, but it is late in Texas. So there was enough votes for. I'll try to do Friday nights. I'll figure out somewhere to schedule. I ain't gonna like make it like a promise, but you can click the bell or whatever. And if I'm live on Friday, be here. But don't want to give up all my weekends. I might actually decide to go out and do something silly on a Friday night. But anyway, Wayne has been doing a live stream. When are you doing that live stream during the day, Wayne? Is that like something you're gonna schedule in? Something you're gonna try to stick to or whatever? Well, I've noticed you've done it the past couple of weeks anyway. Anyway, if you people ain't subscribed to each other, y'all messing up. So and that's when I go bushcrafting, I carry this thing with me called machete. I can chop down a tree or split firewood with it. I don't need the baton, nothing. If you're bushcrafting and you need to split something precisely, I can understand it. But okay, wait a minute. That's why you have the bell so you can pick and choose what you want to watch. So I'll have to go smack the dog now. Is that wafted to you yet or just in here? Or the winds change direction? That's a dairy. No, not. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, I know. Well, I told him I was going to think about it. Anyway. Yep. Love all you people. Y'all would trick me into staying on here all night. camping, bushcrafting, practicing your survival skills. Doesn't matter what you call it. Get the hell out of the house and do something. Enjoy it. Touch something besides plastic. Be uncomfortable. Even if it's just having to cook on a propane stove outside of your RV. Be uncomfortable sometimes. It's good for you. Watch the sun come up. Watch the sun go down. Force yourself to communicate verbally with eye contact with those in your circle that you love. It's good for you. Okay. I suppose so, Wayne. Just keep that to yourself. All right. And keep it clean. Love you. Y'all stay alive. Bye.